What is up? It is gorgeous and sunny out. It's a little chilly, actually, but it's sunny and there's not much breeze, and I'm just very happy and energetic. And I've been up since 5 o'clock, and this is actually my first cup of coffee. I got up and did dishes, did laundry, went shopping, made breakfast when I got back from my mother. Not that I really made breakfast. I just gave her a grapefruit, but did all of that before I had my first cup of coffee. What a dumb move. Always have coffee first. Remember that religiously. So what's everybody up to? I'm going to print some more ear savers because I went shopping and they took all my ear savers. Not all of them. Quite a bit of them, though. I still have a few over there. So I'm going to print some more ear savers. And the Pumpkin King. The Pumpkin King. Probably hates me now anyways, but that's all right. Heating up. And I need it to go a little extra hot because I have another roll of Raptor I found. Maker Geeks Raptor. I got too much of that crap. Got to get rid of it. Oh, this is actually one of the good spools. I actually like that spool. It was actually pretty decent. Well, it has been so far. That steel blue they got me that I'm now having a problem with was really good till the end of it. Now I can't even get it to extrude because it's like almost 2 millimeter diameter stuff. So, who's all here? We have Dan and Ray. Hey, Ray. John, Mr. Buttram, Viking. Anyone want to jump in and join in and have some fun and hang out and make it so I'm not just talking to myself like a freaking moron? I mean, I know I'm a moron anyways, but, let's not, make it any worse than it has to be. Jump on in. If you'd like to. You're not working. You're pretending. You're a pretender, Dan. I'm just picking on you. You're just a pretender. You're just a pretender. So anyways. Still sick. I thought you were feeling better. You look like you were better the other day. Are we up to temperature? We are damn close. A couple more degrees to the bed. Excuse me. To the bed. And then we can... What are we staring at? Jesus, I got the hiccups. What are we staring at today there, Jimmy? Fan again.
Yeah, I'm a fan of fans.
Oh, I don't care about TH3D's meltdown. TH3D melts down all the time. That doesn't make any difference to me. Tim lets things get to him. He's still not a bad guy.
Does anybody know what the meltdown was about?
I don't know, and I don't care. Let's see, 5/12. That was yesterday, right? Yeah, that's the one I want to print. Print me.
Good morning, Mr. B and Viking and Dan and Bob.
VCore Pro printing.
Ray.
VCore Pro. Why have I heard of the VCore Pro? I've heard that printer name.
There we go. Did anybody get to watch 3D Printing Nerds Creality CR6 video?
I have not yet. It just came up just as I was setting up the stream to go watch it, so I did not.
Looks like
Actually,
a promising machine.
I was making my awesome, bright, and vivid, sunny thumbnail for this video when it popped up.
How's the weather up there today?
Freaking awesome.
All right.
It's chilly, but I mean there's a breeze, but it's finally not actually windy, although it is kind of picking up again.
Yeah.
I was doing this when it came up. Doesn't that hurt your freaking retinas? I can quit that now. Don't save it. Stop sharing. Rat Rig. Is that the Creality Ender 3, Ender 6, whatever new machine? Basically, so they can actually start making money on it. Everyone thinks Creality is like so wealthy, and the Ender 3 has like made them so much money. From what I've seen and what I've heard, and again, I don't know how true it is because who the hell knows? It's China, but the Ender 3 is not making Creality a whole bunch of money. They make very minimal amount of money on it.
Did make them a household.
I mean, I'm sure they're still making money, and because of the volume, they're making a boatload of money. But I don't know if anyone's noticed the price of it's gone up over the last year or so to where it's actually profitable. From what I understand, at $179 or whatever they first started it was supposed to be a step up product. In other words, here, get it, and then buy some stuff to go with it, kind of thing. They were hoping to make money off the accessories that they didn't. So they slowly increased the price. What is it now? It's like $250-ish, $225, $250-ish, right? Even like direct from China. Where it used to be what, $179? It was $179 forever. It was under $200 shipped originally. Now it's over $200 in most places. I think Banggood or one of those still has it for the under $200, but
probably on shipping.
Yeah, or then they brought it back down to $179, and then they whack you $50 in shipping. Right. So wait a minute. I thought he did a Creality one last night or this morning. I thought he opened a Creality printer. Was that a Creality printer he opened? I haven't seen the video yet. I just got the notification.
3D printing nerd you're talking about?
Is that, or yeah, Joel?
Yeah, it was the Creality CR6.
Oh, what are they talking about? The Core XY? That's not the. Oh, that is the Core XY, right?
No,
that's the Ender 3 replacement. I don't know.
That was a good price in the beginning, Viking.
Yeah. You won't find it very often. I mean, like I said, you can still find it on occasion there, but you'll find it's one of the older ones. But they started beefing it up too, using 24 volt instead of 12. They got a little bit better with the bed. We'll give Creality that they did take note and upgrade things according to what people wanted, what they were doing.
They do seem to listen to the customers.
Yeah. The only thing they really don't do is when they upgrade, they don't tell you they've upgraded. I remember when they first went to 24, people were getting all confused because they were, they buy spare parts and, they buy a second or a third one, and their first one was 12 volt and the second one was 24 volt. And
that new Creality machine has an innovative bed level sensor. It's kind of like a strain gauge. So the nozzle actually goes down and touches the bed, and it reads how much force it puts on there. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I hope it's a reliable part.
Who's retracting Ray's message? What's up?
How do you
Local host? I can't even local host. Can't even read that. Whatever. I butchered your name. Hi, Dan. Your package is delayed until tomorrow. Hi, Dan. Your package is delayed until tomorrow. I don't know.
Good morning, John Mack. How you doing today?
Anyway, so now we are. Yeah, I figured it was local host. I was just being a douchebag, as I'm famous for. I'm a well-known douchebag.
No, thanks, Viking.
Who's now going to take his painkillers. Just like a dumbass, I went outside and worked again yesterday, and it was really dumb. I was out there like 3 hours freaking working in the yard like a dummy. And I felt my knees going, and I just kept going because it was nice out and blah, blah, blah. Came inside, and I basically took a shower and collapsed. Slept until like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Got up, made dinner, and then I was up this morning until like 3 o'clock in the morning. Got back up at 4. Started doing stuff, laundry and dishes, and ended up going shopping. I have a feeling about noon I'm going to freaking crash heavy. Yep.
I keep seeing things in the news about the llama antibodies.
Llama antibodies. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. That would be cool. I can save the world. The llamas will save the world. What the hell was that noise? Is that you? Did you freaking start up something and it's feeding back or something?
Not me.
Yeah, it is. You're not a real llama. No, I'm not. I resemble that remark.
But Mr. B, he's furry like a llama.
I am. And I spit a lot. So I'm close.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely you. You're getting some kind of feedback, dude.
Well.
You're getting like a hum, like the speaker's too close to a motor or something, or a fan. It almost sounds like a fan.
My mic is in the same position it was yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't have any machines running.
Kind of weird. Hey, YouTube said I'm live. I've only been doing it for 15 minutes now, so it's not its usual 45 minutes late.
Good morning, Haas.
3D printing nerd just opened the CR6 SE. Yeah, so that's the Ender 3 replacement one. I wish they just say, Ender 3.2 or whatever.
I don't know. I kind of like the new number.
Well, but they have another one they have like the CR6 and what's the other one? There's 2 6s out now, and one's a CR and I don't know. They use 2 different letters and it's the same. I can't remember.
Reality 6?
Oh, one's an Ender and one's a CR. The hell's the difference? So the CR6 is going to replace the Ender 3, but all the CRs before were box frames or no, because the CR10 was, I don't know. I don't get their naming system. It's like, what's the difference between a CR and an Ender? If they used them as a class, I'd understand that, but they're not.
Viking says Ender 6 is a Core XY.
Which makes no sense. Although I guess, because the Ender 5 and the Ender 4 were both box. I think they should keep the Enders as box frame and the CRs as, tower / i3 frames. And, we can all understand what the hell they're talking about.
How are things in London today, David? I'm working on some. I'm working on some stuff for my Chiron today.
Chirons.
Yeah, I spent a little more time with it yesterday and did the bed leveling sensor thing that a lot of people say they couldn't get to work, and you got to read the directions and follow it.
Who the hell does that?
Leveling
That's
the
not
bed?
American of you. Read directions. Jesus. What were you thinking? No. I'm kidding. If you don't understand, I'm being sarcastic.
Well, I put it together and leveled the bed and ran it before I read the directions. Does that count?
The funniest thing, when I first got this, I could probably actually show you because I think I still have them. The directions for that, when I first got that Max Micron, was a PDF file. It was like 50 pages. But they stitched them together, and I don't mean they stitched them together into a 50-page PDF. They stitched 50 pages into a one-page PDF.
Oh my God.
So when you were trying to read it, you open it up and you got this, you know how PDFs are just basically a JPEG that's been modified. You had this JPEG that was like 8 million miles long and about this wide on your screen, and you're trying to blow it up to see it. Oh, that was the funniest thing. I mean, it worked. You could see it. You just had to zoom in 1,000 times, and you couldn't just page down to get to it. It's just a pain in the butt. I mean, they did it. It was actually because there was not a word on it. It was all picture. And I got to say, the pictures, it was pretty well done. You know, it wasn't perfect by any matters of means, but it was definitely one of the better, you know, because that was a full kit. There was absolutely, it's not like, you know, the Enders or anything where you stick the frame on. That was stick every single piece's part together. There was bags of parts.
Good morning, Chris Galata. How you doing today? And David, that looks like that'll keep you out of trouble for a little while. Kilroy's is here. Good morning.
Cool. I'm nicely blacked out. You can't see my fat belly. My cam is hypnotizing you? Why is my cam hypnotizing you? Should be Jimmy's cam that's hypnotizing you.
Well, that belly comes in handy. If you go swimming in the ocean, it can be used as a flotation device.
What? You lost me.
If you go swimming with that fat belly, it doubles as a flotation device.
No, it really doesn't, because what I've discovered is it floats, but then your body arcs, so your face stays underwater longer. It's harder to get your face up and down.
Bring a straw with you so you can breathe.
Bring a straw with you. Or just don't be fat and learn to swim. There's a thought. The one I actually prefer. I think I need to clean that bed, because there's a couple of them little tabs starting to pull up. Not that I'm too worried about it. I think they'll stay down, but the very, 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 very edge of it in a couple of spots probably got frickin' popcorn fingers or something on it. I haven't cleaned it since I started doing this, a couple of weeks ago. I brought this back after working with the little one a week ago. Whatever. Anyway.
I think maybe you got some llama antibodies on it.
Yep, probably. Some llama spit. Anyway, so what's everybody's doing on this here day of nothingness? This day of who knows what day it is. What day is it? It is Wednesday, May 13th. Good thing it's not Friday the 13th, right? Oh, that would just be fitting. I love that post. There's, there's all these like end of the world posts. But there's one on Facebook going around that just cracks me up. That's it's got two street signs, one right above the other, and it says, "Look, people, I found June or July or whatever, 2020, June 2020." And the first sign says nuclear power plant, and the second sign says spider farm. It's like, I found June. Yep. Of course, there's a whole, mixed animal thing going around, like the, what the hell did I see? Gator bear. It's like a bear with a gator's head on it.
I saw a bear with shark for hands.
Shark with hands? I hadn't seen that one.
It's a bear that has shark hands.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like the gator head bear though. There's like one. It's how the classic Yellowstone bear coming out of the stream picture. Where he's splashing through the water and he's coming up onto the shore and he's all in the running stance and he's got like a gator head. That's a good one. I like that one. That one made me laugh. Laughed and laughed and laughed. Oh, crap. So now they're talking about not opening the state.
Well, the 20th is looking iffy.
Yeah, well, everyone that's opened, the governor's like, he hasn't done the whole full thing, but he put out a message thing because my mother gets the text messages from the state because she's old. And seeing the other states that started opening in the last weeks having major increases of hospitalizations, not necessarily deaths but hospitalizations, he's like, yeah, it might be too early.
I saw the opposite news about Georgia.
Yeah, everywhere else I've been reading, he's been reading it's been worse. That, and they had their meeting there with Dr. whatever his name is.
Fauci?
Yeah. And then the idiot's like, well, you're not the only person on this. The doctor's like, well, no, but I'm a doctor. You're just a dumbass politician. Didn't say that, but you could tell that was on his face. Like, oh, politicians are such morons. Anyway, enough of that crap. Not going there. I avoid the news with a passion now. I don't even turn it on. I had a good new habit, especially with the DVR. I turn the news on and I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth and do all that. And I just let it run. And then I come back and I rewind it to the weather, watch the weather, and then shut it off. Because all I care about is the weather. What's it going to do today? All the rest of that crap is the same old crap. Wah, wah, wah. It's all the same wah, wah.
If I don't talk for a minute, I got a mouthful of peanut butter crackers.
I got a mouthful. Why am I picturing these peanut butter crackers jumping up off your desk into your mouth because you stopped talking? Animated peanut butter crackers.
I don't know. Did you put a little rum in the coffee this morning?
Huh?
I don't know why you're thinking that. Did you put a little rum in the coffee?
No, I didn't get my coffee. I literally just had my first cup of coffee. It's 3 hours late for me. I usually have my first cup of coffee at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get it until well after 9. That's way, way too late. I can't believe I got all that crap done. Sitting in line at the grocery store, superstore. I don't know. Anyways, I went to the grocery store just as they opened, which was awesome because everything was there and it was actually pretty well stacked. I'm surprised. I even got toilet paper. Holy crap.
But still
But,
no llama loops.
no, I didn't even look for long boats. I didn't go down the arrowed cereal aisle. But yeah, it was pretty quick in and out. Not only that, I bought a bunch of freaking ear savers, so everyone in the store was loving me as I walked in.
Mm.
They were frowning at me at first because they open a half hour early for the elderly, and you're supposed to be 60 or over to go in, and I'm only 55. But then I say, my mother's 80, and I'm shopping for her, which I am. They're like, oh, okay. And then I gave them ear savers, and they're like, oh, okay. The good thing is I was in and out. I don't think I was there 15 minutes. Total. I mean, cashing out and everything. And I don't know where they got their new employees, but there was a couple of really hot girls there. Or maybe they're just looking hot because it's been so long since I've seen a girl up close and personal. Oh, crap. I shouldn't even call them girls. They were teenagers. I'm guessing one was in their 30s and the other one might have been older. They were good looking. Never seen them there before. Of course, they're hiring like crazy. I wish I could go there and just work, just to do something there, but I can't. So my legs would never last doing that kind of crap.
I could see you as a greeter at the door, like Walmart. You could greet the people.
I've been thinking about going there and saying, I'll work a few hours at night because I know they're doing night stock again. And I could stock, but just the time I spent shopping in there, the hard concrete floors, they drive my knees nuts. Walking there, I can walk around outside all day long. And, it bothers me, but 10 minutes in that frickin' store, my knees
Good morning, Sergio. You working today?
He's working every day. Don't let him BS you. He's a paper pushing frickin'. I didn't make my bed. Oh well. Today's laundry day. Oh crap! I was gonna do my sheets. Oh well. It's supposed to be nice again tomorrow, so I'll do my bed tomorrow. Doing mom's sheets today. Mom's sheets. She likes her sheets cleaned outside and hanging in the line. So they're out hanging on the line. Make her happy.
What'd you do out in the yard yesterday?
Mulching leaves. Just mulching leaves. Pretty much all I do. Clean it up. Freaking looks awesome. Maybe I should almost whip out my phone and hook it up to the stream and go outside and walk around outside because it is nice out. It's a little chilly, but it's pretty nice out. It is getting windy. It's actually getting windy now. It's not just breezy. I'm actually getting a little chilled breeze in here, which is probably maybe why it's actually blowing up. It's just right at the window. What's up, Chris? What's up, Sergio? What's up, Head Fog? Chris. Who else has come that I don't notice? Kilroy.
Hey, Sergio, if you're not working, you want to do some Fusion 360 after Llama?
Do it now. What did I do with my phone? Where is my phone? Probably still stuck in the pant pocket. Oh, everything's a mess. There is my phone. Printing away. The printer is printing away. Oh, God, I can't walk. So very, very old. And worn out.
Okay, Sergio, if you try to see it, I'll see it pop up.
Your headset is connected. I love this thing. It's got like an English check. I love the accent. Your headset is connected, sir. Literally, that's what it says. let's see if I can do this right. Let's go to that one. Subject stream. Stream. NB. Is that the right one? Yep. Send. Make that go away. Make that go away. Where's my mail? Never opened the mail on this thing. Use earbuds. Allow mic and cam access. Allow. Where's the enter button? A phone llama. Feedback. Go away. It won't though.
All right, road trip.
Yep, road trip. Outside. Chris, you can see the damn thing out here. Camera. I don't know, can you see that? I should have made this big screen. There's our new car. That's my big.
I don't think he has any sound, guys.
I don't have sound? Should have sound. No sound? That's what I've been doing. Is there no sound? Is the mic not working? This is all the crap I've been chewing up. My neighbor's house. Can you hear me? Guess not. Wendy. Set up.
Well, I don't know if you can hear us or me. We don't hear anything from you.
I don't know why. Yeah, it's all the stuff I've been chewing up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Nope.
Well, there goes the mobile llama. So did anybody get to see PH3D rant last night?
No, I don't watch TH3D's rant. I think these things died. That's why the mic wasn't working.
Ah,
I haven't charged them in a while. Either that or the mic on it just doesn't work. Although I know it worked because my brother's called me a few times when I use them. They're always like, the freaking audio quality is pretty good on them. You know, when I use it like a phone, these have the mic built into them and everything. Anyway, that was my outdoors trip.
looking pretty clean out there.
Yeah. It's only like a quarter of an acre. I've got 8 of them. I don't. I only own an acre and a half. Well, I don't even own that. It's my mother's. Anyway, I've been doing my neighbor's property because why not? It only makes my freaking property that much more valuable if theirs is clean too, right?
Yep. Chris, my camera's so
I got it.
if I pointed it at something, it's so out of focus, it wouldn't make much difference.
Get a damn cam. Didn't somebody send you one?
Sergio and 3D Medic Vince, I believe, sent me one he picked up at a yard sale or tag sale or something. So sooner or later they'll get here.
Must have cam. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't know why the mic didn't work. That was kind of weird. No clue. Should I do some fusioning? I really don't want to get into it, but I need to get into it.
What you gonna make today?
I got to convert the fan on this thing back here. That thing. Because I was going to buy a fan for the box because I made the box for the for the control board, and I was going to get another fan, but I have 2 regular fans on here instead of a blower fan for a part fan, and I have a 24-volt blower fan, so I'm going to take the regular, what do you call it, radial fan, I guess you call them, and put it on the box and make a part cooling fan duct to hold the radial fan. That makes sense?
Cool.
Then I don't have to buy any more fans. It'll just make it loud because the radial fan or the blower fans aren't the quietest things at 24 volt, but whatever. It's the noisiest of my 3 printers, anyways. This is actually the quietest. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you guys hear that at all?
Yeah, I can hear your printer.
Yeah. It seems to be the noisiest when both X and Y move at the same time. The parts fan is kind of loud too compared to everything else, but other than that, it's still not that loud. It's a pretty quiet printer. It's not perfect. I just have the 2208s and standalone. I didn't do the silent or whatever, super silent.
Looks like it's doing ear sabers.
Huh?
Looks like it's doing ear sabers.
That's exactly what it's doing. How the hell can you see that?
Just by the way it moves.
Well, yep, that's what it's doing. Gonna print out some more. I gave them a whole bunch at the grocery store today. Probably 2/3 of what I had. They took. And they were all happy. Very, very happy. Both times I've brought them there, people have like seen them when I walk in and grab them right the minute I take the bag because I take them to the courtesy counter so they can pass them out. And like 3 guys will walk up and grab some right away. The guy behind the courtesy counter goes, "I want one of those now." It's like, take it. Here's the bag. You put it on right then and there. I keep thinking they're like a joke, but everyone seems to like them, so. If they use them, so be it. I will keep pumping them out as long as I got filament. Especially that Raptor crap.
Oh, Sergio, if you're still there, we got Narisa's stream coming today. Usually starts 12:30 to 1 o'clock.
Mighty Morphin Rangers? Fan Rangers? Oh, I get it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Yeah, okay. No money for power. No money for frickin' fans. Them quiet fans are expensive. And the Sun-Ons are definitely, better than stock crap fans, but they are not as quiet as.
And they're that butt ugly brown.
And they're butt ugly brown. I hate that butt ugly brown. The box, I got it, the 2040 because it's quiet, but the box has got the, what the hell's the brand on it? Silent something. No, I don't remember what the hell they are.
That's a lot of ears, Roy.
Amazon, what brand are those? Share screen, why not? That way you guys can see it. Amazon, you can see my Amazon account. Accounts and lists and orders. And type in fan. I think they are silent something or others. Where are they? Look at all these stupid fans I've bought over the years. Jesus, that was a long time ago I bought that thing.
Okay, no, sir. I was just trying to tell you that we got Narisa's stream today. He probably come on 12:30 to 1 o'clock.
Noise blockers. These are nice fans. They are quiet, and they don't push a boatload of air, but they definitely push more than the Nocturas, and they look cooler. They got like blue fan blades. I think you can get them in other colors too. You can get them in like red, but they only do 12 volt. They don't have any 24 volt, which kind of kills it.
Well,
yeah, the healthcare loves the ear savers. I've been giving them because I give them to my neighbor. She works in a retirement, rest home / rehab center, whatever you want to call it. And I got a few friends that actually I gave a whole bunch to go down to New York City because a friend of mine, he was my father's visiting nurse, and we ended up being friends. And I actually went and worked on his house, put a beam in his house because his house was second. All kinds. We keep in touch. Consider him a good friend now. And he went down to New York City. He volunteered to go down for 6 weeks, which is kind of funny because they only actually go for 2 weeks and the rest is quarantine. But he took a whole boatload down there, and he freaking texted me and said, everyone loves those things.
I'll be back in a minute. I got to recycle some coffee.
Gone in an hour. Yeah, I should make some more coffee so I can recycle it. I still got a little left. Oh, it's cold and I don't care. I actually like cold coffee. Iced coffee is yummy. Although when I make good iced coffee, instead of using like cream and sugar or anything, I put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it. You make coffee and you put a scoop of vanilla ice cream in it, and you let it like half melt and make it like a coffee float, I guess you could call it. Oh, so good. Halfway between an iced coffee and a coffee milkshake. Very tasty. Humans are the real coffee filters. Yes. Yes, we are. The only worse is beer. Beer is the most expensive thing you'll ever borrow. Because you don't keep it. You drink it and you pee it out a half hour later. All you're doing is borrowing beer. What layer are we on? Not high enough yet. Be switching colors. Only at 4. We got to finish 4 and do 5. And then 6 and 7 gets to be a different color. What color should I do? It's like a kind of a, Yeah, but it didn't cost you anything. It didn't cost you to borrow the boat. Because if you cost you money, then you rented it. You didn't borrow it. It's expensive, but you didn't pay for it. See there, Mr. Buttram, you're wrong for once. Oh, crap. What color should I put on top of this, like, I don't know, somewhat nuclear lime greeny color? I'd go with lime green more than nuclear. It's a lime green. I really want to use up that steel blue, but I don't even think it'll print. Let's see what size this chunk is. See if I can even get it to fit through the extruder. Of is. I had to fix it for not free. Well, there you go. That is an expensive thing to borrow then. I'll give you that one. Oh. 1.92. 1.71. Let's go down the coil a bit and see if it gets better or worse. I'd really like to get rid of this. This is some more Raptor. Okay, that can't be right. 0 out. I think the battery in this is going. Oops. 1.87. 1.72. Well, they're pretty consistent about the 1.71, 1.72. It is Maker Geeks. Raptor series, Maker Geeks. Can't see it, but yeah, I wonder if you scan the little scan code, if it'll still come up to Maker Geeks. I really wish I had the money and knew how to go about it and everything and buy their extruder lines. Because just before he closed, from what I understand, he bought a second extruder line. It's running Maker Geeks too. I bought a boatload of that stuff back in the beginning when he was actually making halfway decent filament. I actually liked it when he first started. Didn't like him much. Liked the filament. And then he got... Anyway, we all know the story.
I got one of my hospital bills in yesterday.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
$1 million.
It was the one for where they stuck that needle into my saliva gland to drain it out. Took
Cool.
less than an hour, probably half an hour, 45 minutes. $17,000 in change.
How much?
$17,000 in change.
And people wonder why we want to have freaking, general medical whatever. That's just insane. That is all profit. I guarantee you that whole thing costed less than a couple $100. Actual cost to the hospitals and production and physical financial cost to do that was under $1,000.
Well, it was one doctor, one nurse, an ultrasound machine. He moved the ultrasound machine around so he could see what he was doing, and he stuck a needle in there 3 times and pulled out some crap.
Yep. I have no problems with people getting paid for doing a job, and especially a highly educated job. Doctors have to, that's basically 8-10 years of their life studying and going to school, and that's expensive, and I get it, but anyway, I'm not going to get into it. It just pisses me off. These people that think private insurance is the way to go are just clueless how much better it could be.
You know what that works out to as a yearly salary for that procedure? $34 million.
Yeah.
And the president only gets what, 400,000 a year? I guess that explains a lot.
That's too much.
And the sad part about it is, when I finally got to see my primary care doctor, he said that he would have gone in there and gotten that stone out, and all of that would have been unnecessary.
Oh, well.
Don't that just frost your cookies?
Yeah, it's normal.
I got all the doctors paid for. They're easy. They're like a $25 copay. But what I haven't gotten yet is the hospital bill for 2-3 days, whatever they're going to charge for that.
Have you guys seen that freaking bird that Matty Jake from State Farm, Matt guy printed? Where actually it's supposed to be like an MMU, but he split it all up because he doesn't have an MMU and printed each part individually and then like fitted them all together. Freaking thing is in here. You know what?
That sounds like a lot of work.
It is incredible. He did a wicked good job on it. Share screen. We'll go to Twitter and show it. On Twitter. Where is it? Actually, I can just go to my notifications. Come on, serious. It's up here somewhere. There it is. Check that out, huh? It's all individually, all the colors are individually printed and then glued together. And he's not even done there. The neck isn't done. That is freaking cool. Have any more pictures? There's all the parts being printed out and glued together and crap. That's just really, I mean, he's all into it. Stop sharing. Yeah. So anyway, getting some feedback. What layer am I on? What color do I want to add to the green? I don't like any of those. None of them. What do I got here? Oh, look, I got some more Maker Geek orange. Maker Geeks orange. It's like a pale orange. I might use that just to get it out of here.
The same stuff as that roll you burned up the other day?
Huh?
Is that the same stuff as that roll you burned up the other day?
Yeah, no. That was some kind of, what the hell was the name of that? I don't know. Something I got off of Amazon years ago. And it was, like I said, it was great filament. It printed like butter. It just would not stick to a bed. I had to put something down first, like, you know, as a raft for it to stick to the bed. And I tried everything. I printed on glass, even on blue tape. It just wouldn't stay. Once you put something else down, it was fine. What else do I got here that I don't really care about anymore? Not much. Kind of burnt through all my filament. Oh, the real crappy filament anyway. Got burned through that. I got some Hatchbox blue. Got a little white, got a little yellow. Right? Might as well yellow. Did I put the yellow back? What is this? It is the England yellow. I got off at Amazon. Maybe I'll use that on top of the green. What's that yellow?
Chris, how are you doing today?
Xbox yellow.
Gonna do any fishing today?
Who's fishing?
Chris Warcocky
What's up, we're cocky?
and Ricky Tanner's here. Good morning.
What's up, guys? Jump on in if you want. Actually, I think I put it on the Discord too, so you probably saw it there already. But there you go. If you want to hop on in, so there's someone besides me babbling and Jimmy. He just sits there and laughs at me babbling stupid crap.
Chris says he's heading out to fish now. Out
Screw you.
18 bass in one day.
Bring it home and eat it at least. I'm not going to be on that much longer. Probably maybe a half an hour and then I'll be off. It's already 11. I started late today because I was doing other crap. What color do I want to put on top of the green? I want to do something different.
Purple.
I really don't have anything purple. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to use it. I have some Snow Labs. Don't really want to use that. That's kind of pricey stuff. You know what, though? Maybe I'll splurge a little and use some polyalchemy purple. I mean, it's a little bit.
The good stuff.
I'll use this right here. I mean, it uses so little to do the faces. Nightshade purple. Did you see the bigger mini you? You teddy bear. I think I will use the polyalchemy just for shits and giggles. It's going to be getting close. It is. Nightshade purple on top of green. That ought to be interesting. Supposed to be down inside there. Just fits under the bed. What's Tanner up to? You building little plastic men, army men? Tanner's playing with his dolls. Yeah, Dan, that's what you don't know, Dan, is when you print a little more cocky, what you don't know is they designed all the electronics in it, and it's actually you 3D print a little webcam, and Chris can tie into it. So anywhere there's a little mini Chris, he can view you. He's like Big Brother. That's why I want to keep him away from me.
Yeah, Ricky's cleaning house today because he's got a songwriting
Oh, that's right.
operation going later.
Weren't you supposed to do that yesterday? Didn't happen. Like I knew it wouldn't.
You're an adventurer, John Mack.
No, the cleaning was supposed to happen yesterday. Not, I knew the song thing it was today. Writing session, whatever. But you were saying you were going to clean yesterday. And you didn't. Bad Tanner. Bad Tanner. My Pocketeer took a fall off the shelf. It was printed. It's still in one piece. I have the angry green more cocky. He's very angry. Arr. Came out pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. Johnny Mac. What's up, Mac? The Johnniness?
Hey, there he is.
Get rid of that.
Is the Mini Chris.
That's not a Mini Chris.
Now this is a Micro Chris.
Micro Chris and a Mini Chris? No, that's about a full size Chris. Chris is short. That's a full size.
450%.
That the black one is?
What?
The black one's 450%?
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
That'd make a great cookie jar.
Well, I printed hollow, so the head was almost not.
Yeah, you can see the line in it.
Yeah, I have to gloop it so it don't fall down.
That's a big black Chris. I was born a poor black child. That was a great movie. I tried watching it. I shouldn't say it was a great movie. It wasn't the time. I tried watching it, I don't know, like a month or two ago. And I just couldn't sit all the way through it. It was too stupid.
That was
Yeah,
just
I was doing other stuff. But, I mean, it was a dumb movie, but
I need more sizes in between, so it's like a row of Chris.
yeah. I think when I was a pothead, it was a real good movie. Yep, The Jerk.
good luck fishing, Chris. Yeah, The Jerk. That was it.
Yep. I think when I used to smoke pot, it was a much better movie.
Boss, he sure hates them oil cans.
God, I barely remember it.
Hi, Viking.
Got to be getting to that point where it's time to change out the filament.
What you making today, John?
More
I don't know unless I just make
mini
another
workout.
Chris. Make an army of Chris.
You're making mini workakis. Lots and lots of mini workakis.
Would it 200% fit on my A-Net A8? Yes, Dan's package got delayed.
Damn, got delayed. There's something that when you say that, it's just not right. It's a little disturbing. Change filament.
The UPS guy got his package. Until he get his hands on his box.
That could just be so construed in so many wrong ways.
That line was from Make the Utah Gay.
Okay.
It's like a gay family Christmas movie. It's one of those movie that they have like unrelated lines just put together in different people's talking that make it sound interesting.
Purge more. We have purged enough. Ooh, yeah, polyalchemy doing that warm back up thing. Sucks it right back up into it. This ought to be interesting. Polyalchemy Nightshade Purple on top of Maker Geeks Lime Green. That ought to be a good look.
I got 9 minutes till my next call.
9 minutes. 9 minutes. That Earth creature stole my Q-35 Elodium space modulator. He makes me very angry. Very angry indeed.
Not bad, Mama.
You know, Marvin the Martian and Yoda sound almost the same. Use the Force, Luke. Luke. That is bizarre color combo, especially where it mixed together.
It'll look better once it gets up a layer or two.
Yeah, well, it only goes up two. It's only 2 layers. The whole thing's only 6 layers, or 8 layers. 8 layers, 7 layers. The first 5 are the base, and then the 2 top ones are the color, just to make them happy. It makes people happy. They see him and they go, "Oh, how cute!" Not like I have anything else to do. Grover. What was Grover from?
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. Yeah. Silence. Too much silence. We need more people in here. Someone babbling.
I'm checking how high my Z actually moved to make sure I don't print it too big that it moves grinding at the top.
Yeah. Because they tell you it's one height, but the reality is it freaking something binds up before it gets there.
Or maybe I just put the end stop just at the place that it don't go all the way to the top.
Yeah.
The bracket don't quite make it there.
Noise. Yeah, they sold this as 200 cubed, and it's actually 190 by like 170 height is all you can get out of it.
Maybe you just have to squish down your bed spring, chop down the little screw at the bottom. Make sure you don't hit anything.
I could do the 200 square if I really want to, but I literally have to get the bedding like exactly positioned perfectly to do it. And I prefer to lose 5 millimeters and have the nozzle start up over thin air. I don't like it over the bed. So when it drips and oozes, it just falls on the table, not on the bed. Clogged strap.
Ooh.
Yoda was a Jim Henson? I did not know Yoda was a Jim Henson. I did not know that. Makes sense.
Okay. 218 is the max I could go. So I could do 210 would be the max.
No. 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 Hmm? Must kill, yes. So I recently started doing like TikTok, and it's mostly stupid. But there was this one that they had this kitten, and I think they actually fast forwarded it a little bit. But this kitten was chasing, the laser dot with its paws out wide, and he's doing this, scooting across the floor, and they had like some rap song like timed to it. Oh my god, it was the funniest freaking thing I ever saw. What's up, man?
Howdy.
What's your real name?
Dan.
I know Dan. I knew that. They
Can I
see you
change
somewhere else. You have to pop out and come back in to do it. Doesn't matter. We all know now. Good enough. I seen you somewhere else anyways. Where the hell did I see you on? One of the Friday night community ones or something you were on.
Yeah, I've been around. Sorry, I just had to mute the other YouTube stream because I was like, wait, there's double audio.
Yeah. Yep. have to mute the YouTube stream. You keep the YouTube chat, but you get rid of the YouTube stream. The YouTube chat is much better than the StreamYard's chat.
I shall pop that out.
Why would you get Simplify 3D? That is a foolish, foolish waste of money.
Where are you located, Dan? Where are you?
I'm just outside of Chicago.
Chicago.
Unfortunately, I'm not printing anything today. However, I'm supposed to be working right now, but we'll see what happens.
Go
So
print a little mini war hockey then.
He's in Chris' neighborhood.
Yeah, I heard he's around here. I don't know exactly where, but yeah.
Chris is in Rockford.
Oh, yeah, that's like maybe 40 minutes away from me at most.
You have to have Mayo Squirts, so we go with Idea Maker. Yep. That's what got me into Idea Maker. That's what got me into Simplify 3D was the sports. The rest of it, I don't care what anyone says. All the slicers can slice just fine with just about any printer. All you got to do is set it up right. The only advantage of like Simplify 3D and or Idea Maker or the others are the little side features they'll do. Supports was what got me into Simplify 3D at first, and now Idea Maker is way better. Multiprocessing kept me in Simplify 3D for a while, but then Idea Maker got it, and Idea Maker actually does it better. Not simpler. Definitely not simpler. It's way more confusing. It's not bad once you get used to their mindset with Idea Maker, how to do multiprocessing, but it is kind of window deep. You have to like dig down into the windows to get to it. Where Simplify 3D is a little bit faster and easier. I do like the way Simplify 3D allows you to like pre-slice and then go up have the little marker and say, okay, I want to change my settings at this point, and it has like an indicator on a visual model, and you can look at it. Where Idea Maker's all you have to know your heights and everything. But Idea Maker's way more precise.
Okay, I'm jumping over to my article. See you later.
No, we'll stream it. We want to hear what's going on. No. All right, thanks for stopping in, man.
All right.
Yeah, Idea Maker is definitely, it's gotten better. The interface is not the most intuitive. It used to be a lot worse. This last update, they got rid of a lot of excess windowing. It used to be like, just to get to the settings, you had to go like 4 windows deep. It was like, yes, I want to slice. Yes, I want to go in Windows. And it wouldn't just open a window. It would open another window. So you had these stack of like 6 windows on top of each other. Yeah, I want to do multiprocessing. Well, that was another window. Yeah, I want to adjust my whatever. That was another window.
Sounds overly complex.
Yeah, it's really not, it's not anymore. They took on a way more. they actually took on a very much simplified 3D window layout, with the menus and everything.
Yeah.
The actual controlling of the model on the build plate, it is by and far the best of all of them. It's the easiest to rotate, duplicate, move around. It's very, got the windows and arrows. Plus, you have a little side menu where you can type it in. It's wicked easy to move, size, to store, duplicate. The only bad thing is they limit your duplication to 5 for some reason. It does multi-processing much better than Simplified 3D, way more accurate. It is a little weird the way you have to go into it, because you got to go into the, I don't know what they even call the windows, but you have to go into the individual item. Then you have to go into the multi-processing. Then you have to tell it you want to multi-process, and then you get to enter your material. The advantage is when you do the multi-processing and you get the multi-processing window, you just select the 1 or 2 items you want to change. You don't have to look at the whole big window like you do with Simplified 3D. It only changes that one setting you tell it to change, and it's extremely precise. You type in exact numbers and layer heights and or millimeter heights and all that crap.
I'll have to check that out sometime.
Yeah, it's gotten way better. That's all I use to slice now. I really don't use anything else.
I've been using Prusa Slicer 220.
See, I don't have anything with Prusa Slicer. It just feels like Windows 98 to me. The whole layout of it, they made it prettier. Colors nicer. It's not just, that nasty blue. But the layout, the whole contextual menus, and it just looks like Windows to me, which isn't necessarily bad, but it just, I don't know. And it does absolutely terrible freaking supports. I cannot stand the support system from Cura or...
If the supports are tuned okay, they're not bad. Yeah, they can actually be pretty bad. I've had some models where I've had to sand down and grind out and everything, but I have also had ones where I literally just pull it off with my finger and that's pretty clean.
It's not how they come off. They always seem to come off halfway decent. It's that they put them places. And yes, you can set your angle overhangs, but if you can't manually place I have yet to get one of those like Cura or Prusa where the computer puts supports correctly.
Okay.
I always put them in weird. Where Idea Maker, I just point and click and put support wherever I want. And honestly, I usually go in Idea Maker and I say automatically put it in supports, and then I start deleting the ones I don't want. Because I deliberately set Idea Maker to, I think it was like 45 degrees, not the normal 50 or 60, overhang. And then I delete the ones I want to delete. And I also want the concentric shape instead of the little zigzag towers. So much better, so much cleaner to be able to use it, because it follows the shape that you're supporting. Instead of doing a zigzaggy thing and hope it catches. It actually follows the outline. So it gives you a much cleaner finish product when you pop it off. Cura, I think, is the worst at supports of all of them. Supports in Cura are freaking terrible.
I've never really got into Cura. I think I tried it once or twice a long time ago, and I just never got into it. I actually started off with Repetier Host. I know it uses either Cura or Prusa or Slicer underneath it, but I started off there and I kind of migrated over to Prusa Slicer after that.
I think you can use either or, actually, like Octoprint. You can load whichever slicer you want into it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
On my Prusa Slicer supports, I cut the interface layer down to 1, and it seems to work great, and they come off pretty good.
Yeah, I never had a problem with them coming off. I just have a problem with them. It just puts them in places it doesn't need them, and then you cut it down so it doesn't, but then it stops putting places it does need them. It just... Manual supports are the only way I can deal with it now. I can't deal with the automatic supports anymore. I've gotten too picky about supports.
Good morning, TK.
The biggest thing, the only reason I still use Cura really anymore, I mean, I don't hate Cura. It's just that I don't use it because Idea Maker's generally easier for me now. Cure is still the only one that is structurally, if you're building a structural print, it's the only one that has the alternating infill shell. So you can set a setting so many layers of infill and the shell will overextend it and then go back and so it makes it a really strong interface between the shell and the infill.
Interesting. Never even heard of that. I guess I should try Cura more often.
Yeah, no, it's the only reason I still use Cure is if I'm printing something like a lot of times I will actually do it for printer parts where I know I'm going to screw a screw directly into the plastic and not like set anything. Because if you use that setting around a screw hole and you do like 3 or 4 shells, it'll actually kick it out to like 5 or 6 shells and the infill, and you can set it. You can tell it to do it every other layer, every 4 layers. I usually just leave it every other layer. So every other layer, 1 layer the infill comes in, 1 layer the shell comes out, and it just locks the shell and the infill together really nice. You can't pull a screw out. That was the biggest thing that got me off of Simplify 3D. When I first got it, I got it because everyone was like, "Oh, it's great, structural." I could put a screw into it, and I could pull on the screw, and it would just pull the shell right out, leaving the infill. The infill and the shells don't lock together very well with Simplify 3D. Fucking terrible. Now, you can set it to do more overlap, but then you have more problems. And the biggest thing is when, I don't know how to describe it, but when it comes along and does the infill to a shell, Simplify 3D is blocky infill. It does everything on the angles that you set. So in other words, if you have your infill at 45 and 135, that's all it does. All the other slicers, when it comes up to like say a round screw hole for shell, it'll hit it and then it'll follow the contour of the shell before it goes off to do the other line. Simplify 3D doesn't. It just hits it and then goes at a 90-degree angle and then starts shooting back the rest of the infill. So it doesn't lock together as well. That makes sense.
A little bit.
I had a big old thing with them and went back and forth, and they're like, "Yeah, we know. It's not a big deal." That's literally what they answered me with. That's not a big deal. You can set your overhang of your infill to compensate for that. I'm like, yeah, but then it makes the screw hole smaller and, it makes everything distort because now you're, over expanding the infill into the shell. Those came out pretty cool.
Looks good.
Hard to see the purple, but they look cool. And they're not coming off. They usually just pop right off. Oh, there's the crack. Must be still too warm. That Maker Geeks, I think, sticks to this better, too. Let it cool down a bit. Maybe I'll do some just out of polyalchemy. I think I will. I think I'll do one set out of the purple polyalchemy. And then I got the purple rain, too, the light purple I can put on top of it. Ooh, that'll make some girl really happy. The girls will grab it, or the gay guy. There's one gay guy at the grocery store that loves these things with the smiley faces, which is fine. I mean, I don't have a problem with them. Just he makes it like, so he sees the little face on him and he gets all, "Oh, that's so cute." Good. Why I do it? Make them happy. They're the ones sitting there working, doing all the crap, so we can stay at home. I gotta clean this bed.
So what kind of machines do you run, Dan?
I currently have an operational Prusa Mark II or i3 Mark 2.5S and a Prusa Mini. I currently have a Mark II custom build that it's kind of in parts right now, but it should hopefully be done soon. And I have a Hypercube 300 from Ziltech that's hopefully going to be finished at some point this summer.
Yeah.
You just bought the frame from Ziltech, or you bought the whole kit?
So when they first released their kit a long time ago, when they released it in 3 different parts,
Yeah.
I actually bought each individual part at that, or like the separate kits at that time. So I got the original kit, which means I think I'm actually can make the the non-Evo version of the Hypercube build. I don't remember exactly what which kit does which. I just know that my one's the original one, and I was missing a few parts from the later kits that came out.
Yeah.
I got
But-
2 Prusa 2.5S's and 1 3.
I was thinking about doing like a bear build or something. Also, that's another thing too. Is I have threaded rods in the garage right now. I'm going to be building and remaking an I2 Prusa Mendel, just for the fun of it.
Actually, I always wanted to do one of those because I think, with our modern knowledge
Yeah,
that's been applied to it, you could make one of those really work fantastically.
yeah. Well, that's why, because the frame itself is pretty sturdy. That's the first
Yeah,
printer I
I think
ever owned.
I think it's sturdier than some of the crap they're coming out with now.
And I actually found I'm gonna do a I don't know if I'm gonna do a Ramps 1.4 or a rearm board on it just because I can, but I have a couple integrated lead screws that I'm gonna be using on it. So I found an adapter that takes the original threaded rod nut to the lead screw adapter. So I'm gonna print that out and basically just try to deck it out if I can.
You're so cute.
Yeah, I turned 2 of my Prusas, the 2.5S's, into bears. I did one with the Haribo 420 motor.
Hair high.
I got a 420 tall bear.
Oh, crap. I am definitely not going outside to work today. I can barely freaking walk. Hey, TK, I didn't even know you came in here. What's up, dude? TK is the man. Jump in here, TK. Didn't I post up the link where you can jump in here? I haven't chatted with you in a while. Oh, look at that. A lot of people don't realize you got to clean the back of these things, too. Especially the magnets, the sheets. Because they get goopies on them, and then it won't lay flat.
Yeah, I've had that happen a couple of times. I thought it was bad filament, and I'm like, crap.
Yeah,
Realize that it's just the stuff stuck on the back of it, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Printer pet hair. That's what I call all this crap.
Well, it doesn't help when you actually get pet hair on there too.
Extrusions. Printer pet hair. There's more printer pet hair in my room than there is actual pet hair. No, or because I don't have an actual pet. Yeah, I call it printer pet hair. All the little extrusion hairs. I do think I got the back of this too high. Just a smidge. So I might have to just reset it. Just for giggles. Actually, you know what? Nah. Just print. It came off. Took a little work, but I'm over it. Print is the right one, I hope. No, it's not. Stop. Yes. Which one's the one I want? 5, 8, 20. 5, 12, 20. Yes, that actually was the right one. I haven't printed with polyalchemy in a long time. I'm going to print a couple out of polyalchemy just for giggles. I mean, it's not like they use all that much filament.
Yeah, I finally finished off one of my Maker Geeks translucent green rolls. Printing them, I'm like, oh god, I really want to get, because I have so many Maker Geeks rolls that I don't really touch anymore, just because I've been trying to print other colors and whatnot, and I actually haven't been printing as much as I really want to be, which I should be changing that. But anyway, so I got rid of one roll and I opened up another one. I'm like, oh, I still have 2 more translucent green rolls. Cool.
Yeah. It's sad because he had a good thing going and he screwed himself. Because it'd still be a good freaking brand today if he'd stopped being an idiot.
Yeah, most of the issues that I had with it was
Him.
sometimes I would get inconsistent diameters and whatnot, but
Yep.
for the most part, the whole roll itself was fairly consistent. It was usually the transition rolls that I got that were whacked out. I actually had a friend who got, oddly enough, a translucent green filament that had actually little bubbles in it. Bubbles that were big enough that my printer could work with it, but his couldn't. So he just gave it to me. I'm like, okay, and it worked fine. It just, you had that risk of, hey, this is going to get jammed.
Yep. If you actually had a really tight tolerance, like that was the one thing that got me against like the V6s at first.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting back in the day, even the cheap filament now is still good. You know what I mean? Back then, cheap filament was cheap. And you could get some stuff that would not feed into a V6 because it was a little too wide somewhere. It was football shaped. Where the MK8s would just push it right through and not care.
Yeah, well, that's the weird thing because he was running his Mark II. Well, he's running a Mark II himself, and he actually had that problem. But I was running on my Mark II Custom, which had an official E3D V6, a non-Prusa release one or whatever, and all the PTFE, and that's how I was using like a Chinese PTFE tube or something. I don't know, but it was pumping it through perfectly fine.
Yeah. See, I found with the true V6 like heat breaks, they're really tight tolerance going actually into the heat break and where the PTF ends and you're going into the heat break.
Yeah.
And it's, you're out of dimension at all. It jams in there because it can't fit.
No, come to think of it, that may have been on my original V6, which was the original like thermistor design. So maybe there was a little bit more tolerance in that version.
Yep, maybe. I don't know. I just had a lot of problems. I had more problems with original V6s than I did with knockoffs.
Huh.
And it wasn't anything wrong with it. It was usually junk filament wouldn't run through it because it was, junk filament.
Yeah.
But then I could take this thing with the old MK8 and it would push right through it. Why are they sending me images? What's that supposed to be? Oh, the little monster dude there on the apple. Big deal, I guess. I don't know. What was that about? Okay, then. Sent to the wrong person, she said. Lombard. He's in Lombard. Ooh, printing some polyalchemy. I wonder how the polyalchemy is going to hold up as an ear saver.
Is that PLA or PETG you're using? It's
polyalchemy PLA, which is you never use polyalchemy?
No.
Oh, it is the weirdest crap you'll ever print with. It's kind of rubbery in the sense that when it cools, it doesn't just shrink. The coolest thing is when you prime your nozzle and it oozes, it oozes out as you're priming your nozzle and it stops and it starts sucking it back up into the nozzle.
Interesting.
It looks like a living worm. It literally looks like a worm because it doesn't shrink. It contracts.
Sounds like that alien from Half-Life that just hangs up on the ceiling. I don't know if you ever played that game.
The most bizarre thing when the first time you see it, holy crap, what's wrong with this? It's like you think you put the first time I saw it, I thought my printer went in retraction because it literally sucks it right back up into the nozzle.
I'll have to get a roll at that sometime.
You can't. They're out. They're gone. They're done.
Oh, they are? Oh.
A lot of the good quality silks are the same, though. Most of the silk filaments will do that. Huh. Whatever makes them silk filament, that shine, whatever the additive is, makes it do that. Polyalchemy is just it does it the worst of all of them. It's awesome stuff. I mean, it just prints beautifully. The only thing you can't do with it has layer adhesion issues, so you can't do vases with it easily. You have to use a really big nozzle and run it really hot. Otherwise, it won't stick. You can literally just grab it and it'll peel apart. But again, all the silks are kind of like that. actually kind of chilly. My toes are getting cold. And it's warm out, 61 degrees out. I kind of want to go outside, but there ain't no way I'm doing anything out there today.
Was that part of the Elixir line or what?
Yeah, that exactly. Yep. That's all
Okay.
they ever did, really. Well, that's true. I forgot they did the stone ones there at the end.
Oh, I see. I'm looking at the webpage. I'm like, yeah, they have stuff here. Then I see at the very top, it says because of the pandemic, they can't make any more.
Well, they can't make any more anyways.
Well, they have some stuff on their website for sale.
Yeah, that's just crap they have left over.
Oh.
Printed Solid bought their extruder line. That's what he did
Oh.
to make his filament. They don't own an extruder line anymore. They are done. Now, when they first started, from what I understand, I could be wrong and someone can correct me, but they used to contract out to, like, I don't know, Eson or one of them. I don't know what the brand was, to make it for them. They'd send a recipe to whoever, and they would make the filament for them originally. Then they bought their extruder line, and then they basically ran out of PLA. They couldn't keep enough PLA because of the PLA shortage back then.
Yeah.
They just grew it.
Well, it looks like there are some still that are in stock that are the 1.75.
Yeah.
I could
You can-
possibly get one of
I
these.
think you'll find Printed Solid has some still in stock too.
Gonna make me go to Printed Solid so I can buy some other things too.
Yeah, that's what I do. I love Printed Solid. That's my favorite freaking store now. Printed Solid and Alien 3D. I buy a lot of like parts from Alien 3D when I can. The only I can't buy from him is filament because it's just ridiculous to ship it up here to me. It ends up being like $40 a roll for PLA, and no. I wish I could because I like Josh and everything, but yes, Jesse PLA is probably my second favorite of all time now. Printed Alien and Solid 3D. There you go. That's right, Dan. I wish Josh could afford to do larger volumes so he could lower his price enough and like have resellers instead of him where you can send it to Printed Solid and I get it through them and not have to pay $15 or $20 in shipping. I think I went to buy a roll from Josh. It was $27 for ooze, which is a little pricey, but whatever. It's good PLA and it's a specialty thing. So I have no problems with that. But it was like $22 to ship it to me or something ridiculous. It was like, are you freaking kidding me? It was almost as much in shipping as the actual roll. I was like, no, can't do it. But then I bought the parts because when I first got to Samara, I was really scared with me because I'm a dumbass all the time. I was going to break that heat brake. Because the heat brake on the Hemera is wicked thin and tiny. It's kind of like Slice Engineering's almost like super thin and small. I was worried I was going to break it. So I bought some heat brakes. And I think I got some heater cores and thermistors and stuff. I ordered it from Josh. That was like $2 to ship it to me. I just don't get it. I mean, I get the weight thing, but come on. It's not that heavy that you need to charge that much money for it.
Yeah.
Once you go over a pound, it all changes.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to talk to Josh about that, about doing like the
Mini rolls.
Huh?
Mini rolls.
Yeah, we'll do the half rolls like Protopasta does maybe, charge. I don't even mind paying a little extra if I could get a half roll. But do the master roll so you're not paying for the roll.
Yeah, I actually just got my own. I bought a master. What is the master spool, master roll, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I bought a spool from who is the company? Philistrutor. Just because I've never had one, I didn't want to take the time to print the roll out, so I actually bought a roll and then a spool from them. I haven't used it yet, but their line is from that Village something plastics. Oh, if I can find it again. Actually, I think it's just called Village Plastics.
Meet Keen Village Plastics.
Yeah, Keen Village Plastics. That's it.
Yeah.
So I've been meaning to test it out. I just, again, I have the roll. I just haven't had time to print with it or figured out what I wanted to print with it. But I have something coming up. I plan on doing this little Scout 32 Wi-Fi rover. I just got a bunch of electronics in from that, so I'm going to try doing that. I'll probably use that roll for this.
The other one I wanted to try, and I used to use their filament all the time, and I just haven't because the other ones, one I like to try other stuff, so they just haven't gone back to them. But Push Plastics does some really good. I love their filament, and they're doing the master spool now too. I would love to do their monthly box because you actually get full rolls; they're not samples.
When we were doing the Maker Geeks rolls or spool boxes, whatever, they supposedly were not full rolls, but anytime that I had a roll from them, it was either just about on par or maybe a little more than
the
suggested.
I mean, well, you're paying like $12 a roll by the time we got down to it.
And that's why I did the box.
Most people never got it.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly, every single box that when I signed up for the thing, every single Geek box that they did, I got. Except for one when they changed over the billing cycle. But at that time, I was like, well, since everyone's been having problems with billing anyway, I'm just going to not renew this. Yeah. But supposedly they fixed their billing stuff after that. But anyway, I never had any issues getting the boxes, their monthly boxes. However, any normal order after that, like just any normal order, it was when I had problems.
Yeah. Oh, I had lots of problems with them at the end. Lots. They kept sending me when I stopped really ordering from them when I went to build my Core XY over here. Mm-hmm. I ordered 4 rolls of their purple Raptor.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
They were all 4 different colors. And it wasn't even they were different colors; they were different, like density of color. Like one was almost clear, one was a transparent purple, one was a translucent purple, and one was full out nice, what you expected. Obviously, he was giving me the 4 rolls when he transferred over or started the new color or whatever, but come on. And I also ordered at the same time because I ordered like 8 rolls at the time because he had a sale.
Yeah.
And I ordered some forest green, which is, what color do you think forest green? Deep, dark green?
Right.
It was army green. It was like a light army green. I'm like, this is not forest green. And it says right on it, forest green. And I'm like, that ain't no forest green. And then I got the steel blue, and it was a different color. I mean, their color just was inconsistent.
Yeah, it was just the first part of the name really didn't matter. It was just a form of blue or a form of purple or whatever.
It sucks because it could have been good. He had the market. It was really the first that I know of, anyways. Truly 100% American-made filament.
Yeah.
And the Raptor filament with the high temperature and everything was the only one doing that at the time. And that works. I mean, that's why I started buying it, is because I started annealing it and going, holy crap, you could build a whole hot end out of it. And it's better than ABS.
I actually have, from some of my yellow Raptor that I got, I actually rebuilt the little things in the back of a drawer, the little things that mount onto the wall itself. Normally they're made out of nylon or metal. My mom's broke because my brother slammed the drawer in pretty hard. So I ended up redesigning those and printing one for each side, and it's been holding up for quite a while now because I did the Raptor, I annealed it, and yeah.
The actual hot end on this is all Raptor PLA.
Nice.
All annealed Raptor PLA, and it's the actual hot end. And it's an MK8 where it sits there right on top of that hot block.
Yeah.
And not a problem with it. And it's been that way 3, 4, 5 years now.
Nice.
And it's all Raptor PLA. But the only thing wrong with it is the tension arm, the release arm, I replaced once because the filament going into it wore through the feed hole.
Uh-huh.
Like it does with any plastic, if you don't have the aluminum arm there. Which is no big deal because it really doesn't get hot. The actual extruder body base is all Raptor PLA. And it's fine. Never had a problem with it. ABS melted. The original stock Max Micron ABS unit melted, and the Raptor's not. Figure that one out.
Maybe it wasn't real ABS, or well, maybe
Yeah,
it wasn't
I
ABS.
Either that or I'm thinking it may not have been. What am I smelling burning? I'm smelling something burning all of a sudden. Nothing on my printer. I wonder if Mom came up into the kitchen and started cooking. It is 11:30. I should probably start thinking about lunch. Because we didn't even have breakfast. I gave her a grapefruit. I just haven't had my grapefruit. Damn it.
Now's you got enough time as any.
And I might just leave it there and let her have it tomorrow. She gets all excited for him. I like the grapefruit, but it's not like. Although I really like grapefruit, I do like. We slice them in half and you use a little knife and open up little wedges. And you do it at night and you soak it in sugar. You coat the whole top of it in sugar and it soaks down into it overnight. And eat it. It's all sweet and yum.
Yeah, I've never been one for grapefruit or any real fruit.
Huh?
I've never been one for grapefruit or any real fruit.
Oh God, I love fruit. I could live if I came down and this whole meat thing comes down, I can live on fruit with no problem. I can't do vegetables all day long, but fruit, no problem. As long as I have variety, I can't do the same thing every day.
I like the grapefruit a lot better.
Apples, strawberries. I could live on I love fruit smoothies. I take milk and yogurt and ice and whatever fresh fruit I have laying around, throw it in the blender.
No, I can do that too, I guess, if it was like strawberries or cherries or something. I mean, I don't like the good for you stuff like grapefruit and whatnot, but yeah. I just don't buy fruit that much for myself anymore. It's what happens when you move out by yourself and frozen foods galore.
Yeah, I've been a chef and I lived with too many chefs. My mother used to bake. My oldest brother is a true, he's I don't want to say world famous, but he's local area famous chef. That is a really good name. People hire him just to do certain things in their restaurants.
Yeah.
And, he's actually famous for opening a brand new restaurant. Most restaurants don't make money for 3 years, and 9 out of 10 restaurants my brother opens within 6 months, they're making money.
Nice.
He's just one of those guys that knows, what foods to buy, what people like, basically how to make money. And he makes good food too, so it makes it popular fast. He's really good. He's just good at that,
Yeah.
So they make money fast. So that's what he used to do before he got kicked out of restaurants because something to do with he's got a skin condition and the grease got in his fingers and it literally rots between his fingers out. It starts peeling, flaking his skin off.
Yeah.
And it was you either have to quit being a chef or you got to wear gloves.
Yeah.
And if you ever work in a real restaurant, you can't wear fucking rubber gloves. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
You'll end up putting rubber in everybody's meal when you're. I mean, you can't. It's impossible. So he quit doing it. He basically retired. He's what? Let's see. I'm 55, so he's 64. He's 9 years older than I am. Actually, he just turned 64 next week. Pretty sure he's May or June. I can't remember. Too many people with birthdays and crap. Anyway, on that note, is Jimmy still alive over there?
I'm here.
Wasn't sure if you hypnotized yourself with that fan.
I'm not looking at it.
What you should do is shine a flashlight up on it so it leaves a little spot going on the ceiling. Everyone will stare at it.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Now you mesmerize everyone.
Yes, that is definitely
You
more mesmerizing.
all must send Jimmy all your money. All your money. Send him all your money. No. Wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. Send Tom all your money. Wow, polyacrylamide. I forgot how much I love this stuff. Ever since I heard they stopped extruding, I've been I packed it away and kind of stored it, going special things only. So of course it sat there for like a year now and not use it because nothing's ever special enough. You don't want to waste it. What layer am I at?
Yeah, I just recently started printing with TPU and TPE, and I had a roll of Ninja Flex for a very long time. I finally dried it out, and I've never ever printed it with it before, except for like month and a half ago now. And I'm like, holy crap, this is actually so easy to print. I always heard all these horror stories about how hard it is. You have to slow everything down. I'm like, oh, I just used the Prusa built-in profile for it, and it seems to be perfectly fine.
I
Like,
print
okay.
as long as you're running a direct drive. If
Yeah.
you're running with a Bowden, you can print it like the Ender 3s and stuff. You can print it. It's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And you got to do certain retractions. It's just a pain in the butt. If you're running a direct drive, you should have no problems with TPU.
Yeah, my Prusa is supposedly I can do that with the Mini. It's Bowden, but supposedly you can do it.
Yeah, it's short enough Bowden tube. You got to set your retractions a little high and slow it down.
With my
that thing runs my regular every day. I run the exact same profile with PLA. I just select the PLA profile, retraction, speeds, everything, PLA, and it spits out TPU like nothing.
When I finish my Hypercube build, I bought a when I was at Murph last year. No, this not the 2019 Murph. I ended up talking to the Zesty guys, and I picked up one of the Zesty extruders. So I'm going to do a remote direct drive on my Hypercube.
Yeah. I'm not still convinced on those things.
Yeah, I'll see what it's like. It looks pretty sweet. The concept is pretty cool.
The concept's good, and I got props to them for keep trying. But I've done too much work in construction with the flexi drives, and I'm not talking Home Depot cheapies. I'm talking some of my flexi drives are like 60, 80, 90. I got a couple $100 ones that are a foot and a half long.
Yeah,
and they just don't last. That there's too much play, and the way that whole thing, and that's all it is they're taking a flexi drive, screwdriver bit, and putting an extruder head on either end of it, making it attach to the extruder.
Yeah.
And it just there's too much play and slop in those things, and they just wear out too fast. There's just too much.
You just sparked an idea, Llama. What about a hydraulic drive that not only drives the extruder but cools it at the same time?
So you're talking a hydro, not hydraulic.
Yeah.
Using water, not oil.
Oil would probably cool it down pretty good too, wouldn't it? I mean, it'd transfer the heat better than water.
Use it to drive and to
I
cool.
don't think oil actually does. I think oil is too dense to transfer heat. I don't know for sure, but for some reason, I think there's a reason we use water for cooling over oil.
Yeah, that's true. Well, modified water, I thought, for computers and such.
Yeah, well, they modify it just so it doesn't rust stuff, and now it's all about using clear tubes and putting some kind of glow gel in it.
Yeah, I still haven't done a water cooled system on my computer. I'm deathly afraid of what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see a need for it. If I was building a supercomputer, sure. I don't have a supercomputer. I don't really need a supercomputer. I'm using Mac Minis. They work fine.
My work, we wanted to at one point do a oil or liquid cooled servers. Basically, you dip the entire server, remove the fans, dip the entire server into like a oil for cooling. Then you offload the heat from the oil to somewhere else, like the roof or whatever. And we were looking at doing that. I mean, the cost of it is a little too much, but that's about the only thing I'm going to do because that would be a contained unit for all of the machines and not each individual machine.
Electronic transformers use oil for cooling. Well, there you go. Actually, yeah, Mr. Buttram would know because all that electronic-y crap he cools and uses. And I do think there's a reason most things are water. Maybe it's just because it's easier to get a hold of and it's cheaper. And
yeah,
I mean, it may just be that simple. It's easier to pump, I would assume. Oil will compress too, won't it? Or no, oil won't compress. Neither one of them compress because we use hydraulic oil and hydraulics. I don't know. Everything is always water, and I just assumed there was a reason for it. My AV system doesn't use any cooling. Of course not. That's because you work on that crap all day long. It's like this house. There's trim all over this house that's not finished because that's what I used to do all day long. I don't want to do it when I get home. I got right there, I got a piece of stain trim, a piece of white trim that I patched it in, and then a piece of darker stain trim right there going to the bathroom. Because that's what I had out in the garage when I had to trim the door. It's all the same trim, it's just from different projects that same profile. One of these days, actually, I was thinking about going and just starting to paint. Everything up here needs to be painted.
Yeah, I don't like starting projects. I usually start a project and it gets maybe halfway done, 3/4 done. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
That's what happened with my Hypercube. That's what happened with my Mark II custom. It's actually what happened with a couple of my other printers that I do have sitting in my other room here in
I had
boxes
that
still.
problem with my Core XY when I designed it. I got to a point where I kept getting in binds, and I planned it to do a certain thing, and I came down to I couldn't fulfill my original concept, so I kind of gave up on it for like 3 or 4 months. And I was looking at it like, this freaking thing is in the way.
Exactly.
It's in my room. It's like, I better finish it. So then I just started like buying, originally I wanted it all to be my design, blah, blah, blah. And the whole concept was like the Hypercubes and everything, they mount everything inside the frame. So you build this big, like, whatever, 400 millimeter frame, but you only have like 250 millimeter print area.
Yeah.
Because all the electronics are in there. I moved everything, including all the motion equipment, outside it. So, no, you can't enclose it, but now you have a much larger, basically my 500 frame, I could probably print like 475 cubed on it.
Nice.
If I can afford a freaking bed for it. That's the only reason it's not that big is I can't afford a bed.
Yeah.
But there got to be a point where I was like the head carriage, I needed a certain size, and every time I designed one, it wouldn't work. And finally, I just went out and got a open builds, carriage block. I just screwed my hot end to it. And finally, I just gave up with the concept and just said, get the damn thing running. And then, if I want to, I can modify it later. And I just never did because it just runs. It works. It works pretty decent. It's not perfect, but it works pretty good for what it is. And that's that. Done screwing with it.
I just want to get mine up for large scale prints. I promised one of my friends to do a one of those 3D printed violins.
Oh, God. There you go.
No, he's a violin collector. So I'm like, I've seen this thing online. He's like, can you print it? I'm like, not right now.
Maybe.
Let me finish this project first.
That whole water driven, the only problem I can see with that is you're not really going to save any weight, because to make the impeller or whatever that the water is going to flow through to drive the filament is going to be heavy.
I would
They're heavy.
power
It's got to have liquid in it.
off the printer.
And you got to have some kind of impeller, which can have little or no slip. Otherwise, it won't drive the filament proper.
Well,
By the time you build that whole impeller and
for
gear it and everything proper, I think you find
just the right amount of movement and then tractions and
I do think the more I think about it, I think it would be good, because the other thing, one thing that no one really talks about much, especially, the gear kind of gets rid of it, but motors move in clicky increments, it's not a smooth flow. It moves a certain amount and then stops, and moves a certain amount and stops, and moves a certain amount and stops. It's just such a small amount we don't really notice it. But it can show in printing, especially on the non-geared, like the old MK8s, where if you do it through a liquid, even though the motor's still doing that skip, the liquid kind of gives it a dampening, cushioning, so it becomes a much more smooth movement. Right? I'm no hydrodynamic engineer or anything, but
Hydro stuff's
I just think
outside
you
of my
get
role.
a smoother drive by using a liquid to drive the extruder. But again, I just think the unit, because it would have to be under such compression, would have to be big and bulky and kind of heavy to hold, to hold the compression of it. Because drive the extruder, you can't just use like a liquid cooled low compression. That's just flowing water, so it's low pressure.
You need
But
some
if you're
pressure.
driving an extruder, you're going to have some pretty high pressure in there, and so it's all going to have to be beefier. Again, I'm no engineer of that kind of stuff, so. But it is an interesting concept.
Yeah.
Controlling precise filament movement would be a trick.
I think the precise filament movement would almost be easier with it, again, because you've got the dampening of the liquid.
Yeah, but you got to reverse for retractions and.
Yeah, but that's really it's not so easy in a liquid to stop its flow.
Yeah, you probably have like a little mechanism that switches back and forth on a gear or something. The water would just constantly flow one way. It would just flip.
Yeah, you can just reverse the drive gear. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. But then again, doing all of that and having all those electronics and the switch, the actual mechanical switch part of it,
Yep.
You're talking weight.
Yeah, weight plus if it gets stuck, you're going to be freewheeling everywhere. And yeah.
Yep. Plus
I'm
if it
sure
leaks-
there's a way of doing it. It's just probably not. It's beyond our understanding right now.
Yeah, well, maybe not. Jimmy's a pretty smart guy. Why don't you have one designed yet, Jimmy? Start designing.
I got too many other projects.
No, you don't. Get on it.
I'll pay you $10 to finish this project.
I'll
Geez,
pay you $10. I will pay you $5.
that would be $17,000 doctor bill.
Well, $5 less.
Yeah.
I will give you $5. $5 hairs. You just gotta find a doll to pluck the hairs out of. I think my llama coin says one doll hair on it too. I think I did, or I had one that said that.
That's one
Value-
thing I've never done is make a maker coin.
Yeah, I've done a few of them. It's not really that big a deal.
No. I don't really meet too many people in person to hand them out or anything, so I never saw a need for it.
You
I
don't
just
know
did
her?
it for. I actually did it when I was first learning Fusion.
Yeah, I looked into it.
Yeah.
I think Angus did a video on it. I just was
Yeah.
like, yeah, this is cool, and I don't think I'm ever going to need it.
You don't go to Murph, Dan? You're not that far away.
Sorry, say that one more time.
You don't go to Murph? You're not that far away.
Yeah, I went there last year, 2019 and 2018. Did I go 2017 as well? No, I think I just did the 2 years. I was going to go this year, except, well, everything happened.
There is no Murph. Murph has been disrupted.
Yeah. Well, hopefully next year.
They're still talking about redoing it in the fall, aren't they?
Yeah, I thought so. I'm part of the Discord channel. I just haven't really paid attention.
I can tell you right now, if this all clears up, by September, October, and they still have IRF, which is, might be hard because it is in a college and all of this.
Yep.
This all clears up and they can do it. IRF is going to be packed. Because think about all the maker shows, not just Murph and IRF, but there's a bunch of other ones that,
Yeah, all the maker fairs and whatnot.
that aren't. And it's just going to be, everyone's going to be like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, well, there's no way to reschedule it yet until they know. I mean, everything's just up in the air right now.
No, I had a friend that was getting married next month, and they canceled their wedding about 2 months ago, and they're not even sure if they were going to be able to do it or not. And luckily, so far, I mean, here it's not bad, at least in my area, but it's
Pretty bad here.
Yeah, I mean, in the Chicago area, it's definitely pretty bad. I mean, Illinois and as a whole, it's not great, but in my generic area, it's not bad. That's where they were going to have the wedding at. It's just that they weren't sure what was going to happen. So they're just like, yeah, we're going to not schedule this until next year again. So sorry, guys.
We're about the worst rate here we've been so far. right now. It's just because I'm just on the outskirts of New York. I mean, so we're really just now getting hit. My county is getting really whacked now hard. Put it this way, my neighbor works in a retirement home, and Connecticut has taken all the retirement homes, and they didn't give a crap who you contracted with. They're taking certain ones around hospitals, and they're moving the elderly ones with coronavirus into one home and ones without it into another home.
Huh.
And she's in one of the homes that is all coronavirus now. People don't realize this whole thing hit, and they started saying, "Oh, the rest homes are where all the deaths are happening." The home she works at, like 75% of the people pulled their parents out of them. The place was almost empty a month ago.
Yeah, there's a home near me that they just got, I think it was like 100 infections or something, and that was literally almost everyone plus the staff. There was maybe like 5 people that were not infected, and they ended up moving those people to the quarantine area and moved everyone else everywhere else.
Yeah. She came home the other day, and I saw her drive in. I was like, "Oh, cool." I had some ear savers for her. I was walking down to go give them to her, and she was sitting in her freaking car bawling her eyes out. She had like a dozen people die that day.
Wow.
Whatever. I don't know the exact number. I'm exaggerating, but it was, took a toll on her.
She live at that White House we were seeing through the woods?
Yep. It's actually her mother's house. Her mother it's funny, her mother lives up in a little garage apartment, and her boyfriend and son rent the house.
Hello, William. How you doing today?
Because her mommy don't work anymore, and she's retired, basically. I mean, she does, but she doesn't really work anymore.
See you later, Jeff. Good luck today.
Lives off the 2 rents. She's got another house down the street that she rents out. Well, she's only like a year or 2 older than I am. I've known Christine since the day she was born. Now she's getting old. She's got to be, let's see. She's got to be like 35 now. I think she just got her RN. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, she was not happy when I walked out there. She was sitting there sniffling and crying and whining. And so, needless to say, when people started doing on Facebook and Twitter, the whole it's not a big deal, we should all be going back to work, and I just want to yell and scream and punch them in the face.
Well, sadly, I am one of the ones that's lucky enough. I am lucky enough to be able to work from home, which does kind of suck, but at the same time, I'm
it's
just
not
lucky.
even the ones that want to go back to work. I get the wanting to go back to work. It's the ones that I keep reading these posts about it. It's all a hoax, and it's like, shut up. It is not. You're being an idiot.
Hello there, a 3D printing friend.
Llama and his fan club. There you go. 3D Jimmy fan club. What is up, Mr. Brian Vines? Now, what kind of vine are you, anyways? Are you a grapevine or are you an ivy vine?
Bush ivy.
I don't know. Making it up as I go here. Hey, Jimmy, and 17. What the hell is 127?
It's the IP address of localhost.
Oh, right.
My background is computer engineering, so
yeah.
that's
Except for it's not for everyone. It all depends on your server, doesn't it?
No, 127.0.0.1 is your loopback address for every single device that has an IP4 address.
Okay, you totally lost me. All I know is
it's essentially
129. Everything was 129 dot something, and now everything's 1 or 10 dot something.
The short answer is any computer that has an IP address or can get an IP address on a modern system, which is pretty much anything from, I don't even know when the IP4 stack was developed, but anyway, any modern computer has that 127.0.0.1 as your local computer, which is why it's called localhost, because it's your local computer.
No
Hey,
place.
you know,
10.0.0.1.
That would be a
No
LAN
problem.
address, a reserved
Yeah,
IP
yeah.
space. I have a
I'm
lot of
getting
that
a
random
cold
shit stuck in my
breeze
head.
in the window. Cold. I can feel it. I'm going to shut the window cold. Oh, phone's ringing. Not completely shut, just close it down a little. My aunt is calling my mother. I don't know if you guys could hear the phone ringing in the background. Oh,
Yep,
it's
I had
almost-
to make sure it wasn't my phone.
That's way off on the other side of the house. Juice is good. What layer am I on? Am I on a layer to switch filament yet? I'm not seeing little faces printing yet, so it must not be. 4 of 7. I got 2 more layers to go.
So are you using OBS for this, or is this just using the StreamYard service for
This
the?
StreamYard. I can't run OBS on this old ass computer.
This
is actually Brian Vine's computer. He gave me this because he heard me whining and crying about my really old Mac. And he goes, you know what? I got a newer old Mac in my closet you can have if you want it. I was like, dude, yes. Next thing I know, a week later, I had a box.
I'd rather have a big
Yes. It's better I use it than rot in his closet, he said.
Yeah, I have a handful of computers in my closet, ranging from very old to not too old.
Yeah, I won't. I hate to say it because I much prefer the OS, but I will probably never get another Mac. If I go out and buy a computer right now, it'll be a PC. Oh, I can't believe I said that.
Well, you can always get a Mac and put Linux on it. Linux isn't that bad.
It's not. I don't want to get another Mac. It's not the OS. I love
the
Mac OS. It's
All
the
right.
hardware is freaking crap.
Well, you could go the other way and run a Mac OS on the x86 Universal.
Outdated. Yeah, no, I can't. Dude, I have a hard time putting firmware on a printer. I am
Yeah.
not playing that whole Hackintosh crap.
Yeah,
Okay, Brian.
Hackintosh.
I would
Last
love to
time
do a Hackintosh.
Last time I messed around with that,
Yeah.
everything just
Whatever.
crashed.
Yeah, I would love to do a Hackintosh just for the fun of it, but I just know I'm going to be chucking the damn thing out the window because I'll get to a point and not know what the hell I'm doing and pissed off. And I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of my old streams where I was just trying to get the firmware on this printer, and I was ready to just kill things, break things. I get hardware. All that stuff I'm fine with. Trying to do the Kodi firmware, figuring out all that junk. Nope, not me. Don't have the patience for it. You want me to build you something? I'll build it. You want to, put all that electronic wizardry in there? Nah, it's somebody else's deal.
Celebrating with blue smoke. That's always a good thing.
I got macOS 10.5 on a Dell. How the hell did you do that? Yes, I celebrate with blue smoke. Exactly, Chris. I burnt up 2 SKRs now.
2 of
One of
them.
them wasn't my fault. One of them was obviously the board. The second one was most definitely my fault. And actually, I think the second board's fine. I burned up the driver, not the board itself. I'd
Was
like to
it-
try that.
Was it an integrated driver or was it a removable?
No, it was a plugged-in 2209, and it went up in flames. Literally, it didn't just blow smoke; it went in flames, shooting out the side of this printer.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't see that one.
It was not pretty. Blew up the whole top of the stepper driver.
Wow.
Yes, Mike's was the best blue smoke. More because of his reaction to it. We don't care if the positive and negative are backwards, right? Sploosh.
I still like it on all the 3D printing Facebook group people where they're like, yeah, you have your bed wired backwards. Well, no, your bed can be wired anyway. It's a giant resistor.
Yes, it can. I do believe there's a it'll work better if you do it one way or the other, I guess, or something.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know the mechanics behind it. I'm not an electrical engineer. However, I don't, since it's a giant heating resistor, I don't think it really matters.
Shouldn't make a difference at all. The same
It matters either.
or backwards.
Huh?
It's the same circuit forward or backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus the LED, but that doesn't really count. Which is why in my homemade bed, I put a reversible LED in there. It's red one way, green the other way.
Someone asked me the other day if a thermistor I use was 12 or 24 volt. Doesn't matter, does it? Thermistors
No.
don't matter what voltage they are.
There is a temperature variable resistor.
That's how it works, is by varying the voltage. That's how it works, isn't it?
Resistance, not voltage.
It's not voltage. It's just resistance.
It's resistance, yeah.
I know nothing about. I mean, I got the general concept, but
Yeah.
I know nothing about electronics. It's all freaking wizardry to me.
I'm a newbie person when it comes to electronics. However, over the last couple of years, I've definitely gained a lot more knowledge than I've anticipated I would ever have on electronics.
So you become just smart enough to be dangerous.
I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
Yep, that would be me too in construction. I can do anything, just not well. We are the Borg.
Yep.
Anyway, what layer am I on? 4. It's almost done with layer 4. So I'll spit one more layer out and switch colors, and then I'm going to kill it because I'm going to go feed mom. Must feed mom. Sorry, I didn't give her breakfast except for a grapefruit, some coffee.
What's for lunch?
I think we're going to have, I bought some Italian roast beef,
Ooh, that sounds good. You should give me some.
all sliced up. I only bought a quarter pound because it was ridiculously expensive.
I have a small tub of bone beef sitting in my fridge, currently de-thawing.
I knew I forgot something while I was there. I wanted some potato salad. Few things I like that store home makes in the store. Our local store makes a really, really good potato salad. I don't know what they do to it. It is just good. And I wanted some because they actually started making it again. I was sitting there and I got sidetracked because everyone was waiting in line, 6 feet apart,
Yep.
trying to get to the cold cut counter.
What,
So I
what's
cut
your local grocery store that you use?
What was that?
What's your local grocery store that you use, Llama?
Big Y. Used to be A&P. Big Y bought out A&P.
I'm a bad person. I use Walmart for most of my grocery shopping.
I don't mind Walmart. The only reason I don't go to Walmart is it's just the Big Y here in town is tiny. It's a small little beach town. And I can go in there and get the hell out. And they have everything. I go to, you'd think the big store would have everything. No, because there's so many more people going in there. I go in there. We actually have food. There was toilet paper in the store today. There's eggs. There's milk. There's half and half. The last
Surprisingly,
time I went to Walmart, there was nothing there. I mean, it was bone empty.
Surprisingly, my area actually has been pretty stocked up on the toilet paper, basically on everything. I mean, there's a few foods that are not available, but toilet paper, tissue paper, everything like that, it's available. At first, though, it was bare. I took a couple pictures of everything. The entire 3 whole rows of stock was just completely bare.
Yeah, we still have that, but most of the essentials, 2 weeks ago, I could not get butter or eggs. Now I went there today, and there was tons of it.
Yeah.
Toilet paper was still very limited. There was only Scott and some store brand, freaking sandpaper toilet paper, I'm sure, that I won't buy anyways. But there was some, I don't know, Cottonelle or one of those I bought. That makes mom happy. And they only allow one, but it was pretty barren. I mean, there wasn't, the 30 different brands that you normally see.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much. There was only 2 or 3 cases of each kind that was there.
Well, hopefully soon it'll start rebuilding again.
They're fully stocked in meats.
I got 4 grocery stores all within a quarter mile of each other.
Yeah, screw you. The sad thing is everyone's discovering now, like people are coming from New London and Old Saybrook where they have the big stores, but again, the big stores get big shopper volumes, so they actually have less, and all the people now are coming here to town to go shopping because we actually have stuff.
Yeah.
It's such a small town and it's a beach town. Beach people aren't here because of this. There's big road signs on the side. I almost took a picture of it as I was driving down. They got the big state road signs all up on the highway, on all the back roads. Old line beaches are closed. So all the beachy people aren't here. So, what the store does have in stock isn't getting used up because it's just the locals anyways. And now all the other visiting, the bigger towns and small cities around us are all coming here because someone put on Facebook or something that, O-Line Big Y actually has stock. So now everyone's like,
Yep. Yeah, I see all those on my local groups as well. It's like, oh, this store has this store has that. The store has hand sanitizer. Go, go, go.
yeah, and no.
And
So
they
one thing
all-
I still can't get around here, I can't get hand sanitizer and I cannot find any rubbing alcohol.
Dude,
anywhere.
I got lucky. The Walmart online actually had a 2-pack. It was 70% alcohol, which is fine for, simple stuff. But I was able to get a 2-pack alcohol, and actually that should be delivered today, I think.
You got a jail with it?
Yeah, I was able to. They didn't have it in store. If they do, it's early in the morning when I'm still sleeping.
Yeah, that's what I
But,
know. I was waiting at the door at 7:30 when they opened the door.
Yeah, actually, today is probably the earliest I've been up. Well, yesterday was early because I had to take my cat to the vet, but today was probably the earliest I've been up in outside of requirements. Earliest I've been up probably in the last 3 months.
I want a cat. I'm gonna get a goddamn cat. Problem is, I can't go to any of those things because I won't lie to them and they won't let me have one. I need an outdoor cat. I'm not gonna have it. I mean, I have all this property. I'm gonna let the freaking cat out.
Yeah,
And we have too much wildlife that likes to eat cats. So I need a cat. I couldn't have a kitten because it'd get eaten.
yeah,
And all the animal shelters and stuff, the minute you say you need an outdoor cat in my area, will say no, because we have fisher cats here that really eat cats. They like cat. Fisher cats eat cats.
Need a cat with a laser beam on his head.
I thought those were sharks.
Yeah.
Needs one on.
You see the post? Someone was posting. They took a laser pointer and put it on their dog's head, or they put the laser pointer on the cat's head, and the dog's chasing the laser pointer. So the cat and the dog are chasing each other around because they're playing together. Because one's chasing the dot, the other one's chasing it, and I don't know. It was a funny thing because actually, yeah, I think the dog had the laser pointer, so the dog starts running around, and the cat starts chasing the dog because it's chasing the red dot. It's kind of funny. Anyway, on that note, I think I am going to kill the stream and go feed Mom because it's afternoon already.
Yep.
I will give it 5 more minutes. That way it's a whole 2 hours and 30 minutes. How's that? And that'll be right about the time I need to change that film. There's got to be about 5 or 10 minutes left.
Sounds good to me. I think I'm actually going to leave because I think work is requiring me to actually do some work now.
Oh, no. For work.
Today, Dan.
We'll see. Oh, I'll probably cut out a little early anyway. Cut out since I'm literally working from home. But yeah, I'm gonna leave now. So nice talking to you guys. Nice seeing you guys. Nice talking to everyone on the channel.
John's back just in time for us to leave.
Yeah.
What? You're leaving?
Yeah, I'm leaving. Hi,
Lunchtime.
John. I'm Dan. I'm
In a few
leaving.
minutes.
Bye.
Couple 5 more minutes.
Okay, my meeting just within 9 minutes they decided, we got nothing to talk about, so
All
Speak your
16 of my
truth.
cats are assholes. There's a saying, if you meet an asshole every day, you've met an asshole. If you meet 100 assholes every day, you're the asshole. You ever think, Dan, you might be the asshole, not the cats?
See you later, Brian.
Oh, Robbie Mac, you see the
Yeah, you're in that
Germany
fake time
keep-
zone. I'm in the real time zone. It's noon. It's 12:10 right now. That's the real time. The rest of the world is fake time. He's got Warkaki by the legs.
Yep.
Didn't come out pretty good. Looks like. It's hard to tell, but sure.
Well, there's lots of rough
Yeah.
surface from other retraction. Since this is on CR10, the Bowden, the pressure don't build
Yeah.
up. Then the outside where it restart is kind of all messed up. On the smooth area, that the pressure is
It's like
consistent,
-5.
is pretty good. But when it get to the area that might need retraction, it's all messed up.
Real time -5. Yeah. That's some fake time zone thing. There's only one time zone, man. The world is
One-
flat. Don't you know? There's really a
100
satellite that just goes up and it's got like a big curtain that blocks the sun and it just moves around the flat plane. Makes you think, it's a big conspiracy theory thing.
There's
World is
100 and 450. And then I got
Or Kakiosaurus.
they got a
That's good, Robbie. Or Kakiosaurus.
I got a 250 coming.
Oh, there you go.
On my plastic printer.
Well, that's good. Murder, 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 murder. Jimmy's been awful quiet. You still alive there? Are you sleeping or what?
I'm still kicking.
You mesmerize yourself with your fan?
Yeah,
Got it.
when he get the new webcam, we'll be able to see the ceiling fan so clear.
That's a good one, Tanner. That's funny. That is good. Cats would have knocked it all everything off by now.
Well,
Oh boy. Yep. I was up really late last night, got up really early this morning, and I have a feeling this afternoon's going to be nappy time. I might even go outside and nap in the cool breeze in the sunshine.
I still have calls in the afternoon after 2:30.
I am getting kind of chilled. There is a cool breeze coming in. Temperature's actually dropped. It's under 60 degrees again. They were saying today wasn't going to be all that warm. Tomorrow's supposed to be much warmer. I am not going outside today to work. I might go outside, though. My knees are bothering me too much. They are working again, though. Oh, that one's not. This one's working. That one's not. This one's working. That one's not. That one's kind of slow moving.
Oh, the STL is on his Patreon, but I don't think you don't have to be subscriber to get it. It's just a public link.
Yeah, I think I just stole it one day during the stream when, I don't know, whoever modeled it. Was that a Wexter model? Yeah, Wexter model.
Yeah,
Whoever.
good luck with the songwriting today, Ricky. Make a good one.
Make yourself clean. You don't need to be clean. Be all stinky. Write a song about being a stinky tanner. There you go. That would be a good country music. Stinky tanner.
Well, if it's raining and he gets run over by a train.
Rainy gets run over by a train. No, it's got to be a pickup truck. Can't be a train. You live on the train. You get run over by the pickup truck. And that's the thing. If you play country music backwards, your wife will love you again, and your dog will come home, or something like that.
The rain falls up and the train goes back to the roundhouse.
Yep. Something along them lines. I bought some marble rye and pumpernickel bread to make sandwiches with. I am actually looking forward to that. And I am on my last layer here. So I think I am going to use the Polyalchemy Purple Rain to go on top of the Polyalchemy Nightshade. So it stays purple. It just goes to a lighter purple. What do you think about that?
That ought to work.
These are going to be some mighty expensive ear savers. How far are we? Is it actually starting yet? It don't look like it. But maybe it is from the movements. Nope, still outlined. But I bet it's close enough now where I can actually put it off the spool holder. Just wind out a little. Put this on the spool holder. And get it ready. Okay, are you on there? Layer 6 and 7. It is ready. Change filament. Come on, baby. Feed it out. And out comes the Purple Rain. And in goes whatever this is. Actually, this is Purple Rain, and that was Nightshade. Okay.
Not too many roundhouses left in the world, Michael.
Trying to find the STL, but I couldn't find it.
I gotta get that goopy off of there. Continue. And on that note, I'm gonna kill it.
Okay, everybody have a good day.
All right.
Later, folks. Thanks for stopping in. Have a great day.